chair tests me daily. We are live.
Can you get one of those, Mike?
Somebody rooting around over there somewhere. What's up, everybody? Wait till a couple people come in here. Chloe is in a mood.
Yep, it's immediate when we go live.
Bowie! And then girl cat's just over there laying in a banana bed. Susan, what's happening? Monica. How y'all doing today? Where are you guys from? Where are you chiming in from?
Over yonder.
On yonder. On yonder this, on yonder that.
What, Billy?
What's happening, y'all? Canada. Good old Kentucky. Awesome. You guys still under ice up in Canada? And how is the weather in Kentucky? I have never been to Kentucky. I have never been to Canada as well. You guys, when you come in, make sure you hit that thumbs up for us, please. And if you guys have other social media, we would love it if you guys shared this with other folks. That would be amazing. You guys hit that subscribe button too. We are on our road to 50K. We're at like 45.8, 45.9, something like that. Yeah, minus 35. God. I would think 35 degrees would be short weather there. It was beautiful today here in Dallas. Travis, you are not lying. Like it is, it was pretty crazy. Hello, Trisha. Shelly, what's happening? LMC. Bowie, would you?
He wants up with you. Dang it.
There's no room. There's no room. His eyes look like he might
Yeah, probably.
What you
Getting
thinking?
warmer.
Mm-hmm. What you thinking, Bowie?
Like I just told you.
What's happening, Swamper? Abstract. Francesca? Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful here in Dallas today. What's up, Shane, Arlene, Emma? They're good. He's sitting right behind me, doing his little whine because he wants up here. But there's no room. Look. Oh, we got a big box up here, bud. So, all right. We got a box in last night from Total Boat Epoxy. They hit us up a couple weeks ago. Was like, hey, would you guys want to? Before we even read the rest of it, we were like, of course. Let us have a look-see. So we were gonna open it last night. We were like, let's just open it 100% live, because you know how we do it. Yeah, that's old Carol Lombard. All right, let's jump into this. We're going to open up Let's hear a box from Total Boat. Be right back. What's in the box? What's in the box? Did you guys notice what picture I used for the thumbnail? I added the Total Boat logo onto the box, but if you can tell me what movie that's from, I will give you a high five if I ever meet you. I don't have anything to give you right now. All right. So here we have it. One big old box.
Them big old legs, they ain't that big. Ain't no shame in this thing.
Let's do this before somebody gets crazy and wants to write down an address. Because you never know. You never know. What's up, Betty? How are you? D nice.
Repeat me.
Rachel got it. Y'all, look at that. Look what she just did today. The red is glitter, and the white are Swarovski crystals. That just blows it out. Look at that. Blingity bling bling bling. That is super awesome. Where's the boat? Manual? The boat is right here. Alright, let's cut this open. Let's jump right into this.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Said they might have sent us some other goodies, so
I don't know what that means.
those lips are juicy. Gorgeous lips. Oh, I see some tiny cups. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at these little tiny cups. What's up, Susan? Vicky? Ooh, I see some swagger in there. Some swag. Is that swag? We got Bowie. We got some paper and pencils coming your way. This is a big box. I was hoping that Total Boat would join us. I hit him up on Instagram. Excuse me, on Instagram. Kids love boxes more than toys. Oh, we know that. We have 2 cats. Any chance they get. Looky here, looky here. Total Boat shirt for B.
For sure it's not your
Little
size?
V-neck. What was that?
Box.
And a shirt for me.
Alright. So I'm gonna do a
I think what she's gonna do with this resin, well, let's see what they got, what they sent us first. But I think she wants to do just a straight up ocean wave. See how it reacts with the heat gun, see how it reacts with the torch, see how it reacts with other pigments. Oh gosh, a lot of stuff, y'all. Got some stir sticks. Some baby stir sticks. Try to see what's happening. Oh my god, these little cups are so cute. I was hoping they'd have a little pitcher, like a little handle. Beep.
A tea tiny pitcher would be.
It looks like they sent us. Oh no, I thought they sent us some color. I guess it's not color. Here's some a little bit bigger cups. Very nice. Oh, they did send us some color. Send us some black diamond powder. Yeah, that's some good stuff there. Black diamond gold. Looks like some blue, some black, some white, some green. Very nice. Definitely use those. Up, and we got a Total Boat sticker. Have to put that on my mat right here. Very nice. We got a little squeegee. Some big cups. More big cups. Some wider short cups. I like those. Those are fun.
Filled our box to the brim.
They filled it to the brim. What is this? What? Total Tint Kit. Universal Pigments. Look at that, y'all. Oh good, glad you're trying this because I bought that. I bought this, haven't tried it yet. Awesome. Well, here you go.
Yeah, okay.
That was fun. I thought it was in a circle, but it was in a circle in here. It's a nice little container. We could put some brushes or some markers in there. I'll definitely keep that. And we got some thick set clear casting. Yes! I've been wanting to try some.
Looks like we're gonna do
casting
more
stuff.
than one day of this review.
Yeah. Oh boy. Alright, take that box away, babe. Alright. So it looks like they sent us some crystal clear artist's resin. Handsome casting. Clear casting epoxy. It looks like this is a 2-to-1.
If we're fair, I didn't know they had an artist resin or a casting resin. Like, I didn't even know.
Well, I follow, Dirista uses them. Nick from Australia, the turner, he uses them. There's another wood turner that I follow. There's a lot of influencers, like people that are awesome that use Total Boat. This will be the first time. And I looked you guys up on Facebook, and it says you're from Rhode Island. Is that what? Are they in here? I don't think so. I asked them to be. I tagged them in the post.
Alright, you and your clean clothes step aside.
Step aside, mister!
Put these over there. Now for the reviewage. Who are you? Okay, that's you. Who are you? What? Why are you yelling at me? I got you up here. You're in a chair. Okay? Okay, so let's see here. So they sent us some pigments. This says it is Mixol. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh. This is a lot to read. What's color chart? This is made in Germany. And I'm not made in Germany, but my dad was, so. So this is super handy. This tells you what percentage of the color to add to get colors, the amount of white you need to add. Handy, handy. Metal effect concentrate. Aqueous pigment paste with a high portion of gold, bronze, and aluminum. Down for these two. I love seeing color charts. I wish I could put out color charts like these, but why is the picture not clear? Which picture? Enchanting Element says Total Boat, I've heard, has a strong smell. Well, we will find out together. Just gotta put my hair more up. TG, which picture isn't clear? Which one? This one? It says I have great stream strength, excellent connection. All of them?
Is somebody saying it's not clear? Is everybody saying it?
A couple people. All of them. Let me.
It looks fine on my phone.
It's 50-50 on people saying they're clear or blurry. Go out and come back in and see if it fixes it. If not, let me know and I will figure it out. Alright. Should we try the mix-alls? Ugh.
I'm looking at it on my phone and they all look fine.
Susan said she left the room, came back, and it's clear. One is still in black and white. Yeah, Jeff set that one in black and white. I'm not sure why. But he does that sometimes.
Turn that color even.
So I'm gonna try one of their mix-alls just to see what it does. Maybe three. We'll mix it all up. See what I did? No? Okay. I'm gonna use one of these. I want our own mixing cups. Can you guys print me these? Total Boat? Can you like, what's it? Private label mixing cups? Oh, there's a whole bunch of math on here. But I can work with these ounces over here. Okay, so this is a 14-ounce bucket, which is more than enough. So we're gonna take this stuff and move it. Also, thank you for the black diamond powder. I hardly ever use powders because they're all the same. I said it. I said it. Well, they're not all the same. There are powders that are better. There are powders that are not as good. There are powders that don't mix in as easily. But generally speaking, it's just not a cup of tea. I'm gonna adjust this real quick because this camera doesn't make sense. Cujo, go lay down, boo boo. You're beautiful. I love you. Go lay down. He has brand new medicine coming in. Can't wait. My poor little nugget. I know. Cujo. I don't know what's happening right now. Hold on. Okay. You like Black Diamond Naked Fusion? They're beautiful. Black Diamond I've used before. It is beautiful pigment. Anybody that's been on my channel for any amount of time knows that I just don't. Just don't. They fly everywhere. They go airborne. Sometimes you have issues with them not mixing in fully, which can happen with pastes as well. And something. They dilute real easily because they don't really melt into the resin. They kind of just are in resin, kind of like a super, super fine glitter. So yeah. I hope Black Diamond doesn't get mixed. I didn't review it, but I've used them on channel before. Everybody loves you guys. I do too, as far as powders go, but paste and tints are my jam. So, okay. I am gonna do an ocean because I find that that is the most temperamental, I guess, process in terms of, sorry, I have windows open. In terms of like how well resin holds up. I don't know how you made this black and white.
Just go to the thing, do saturation, and roll saturation. What's the? I do that so that it's just different, so you don't get distracted by.
We'll just do a little bit of color. Actually,
I mean, you can put as much color as you want, but I don't understand.
I look like a raccoon, so I probably should have left it in black and white, but now y'all already know. So we'll stick with it. Okay. I don't have any pigments yet, only alcohol inks and micas because I use them in polymer clay. Susan, powders and inks are awesome. Careful with your alcohol inks though, because they're not light fast in resin. So this is what the jugs look like. Did I say jugs on this channel? I'm sorry. Maker Epoxy Crystal Clear Artist Resin by Jess Crow. I'm sorry, I don't know who Jess Crow is, but I'm sure she's awesome if she teamed up with Total Boat. 1:1 ratio, high gloss finish, extended working time. This is part A. They have different color caps, which is awesome. So you know that one goes on the other, but the bottles are exactly the same. So I just wish there was something black on this one to indicate that that cap goes on there, or put like a B on the cap. But that doesn't matter. Surface prep. Dry, clean, free of dust, oils, grease. That's same with all of them, so awesome. Ideal application conditions are when the substrate, epoxy, and ambient temperatures are 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
You get kicked off?
Sorry guys. We're back. Okay, so use clean tools. To reduce unnecessary exothermic heat, mix only the amount you can apply in 20 minutes to give sufficient working time. Okay. So everything is the same as everybody else's, like, resin, roughly. Except for this one. I've never read one that said to only mix the amount you can apply in 20 minutes to give sufficient working time, especially since this says extended working time. So I don't know if this is a label. No, it's not a label from another one because it says Just Crow on it. We're gonna test how long the working time is. Do not add any pigments, colorants, or special effects to the epoxy until both resin and hardener have been completely mixed. That is in all caps. 1:1. By volume or measuring by weight, mix 100 parts resin to 84 parts hardener. That is awesome that they added that measurement for the people that like to weigh their resin as opposed to measuring by volume. Mix for 3 to 5 minutes, taking great care not to whisk excessive air into the mixture. To ensure proper mixing with smaller batches, it's recommended to thoroughly mix 1 cup and then pour into a 2nd cup and stir for 2 to 3 minutes. That I have read before for other resins as well. Bubbles will be created when the reaction and rise to the surface. Quickly waving a hairdryer heat gun across the epoxy for a few seconds will help the bubbles rise and disappear. Only do this 2 or 3 times at intervals of 10 minutes. I've never seen that specification before. Make epoxy is roughly 60 minutes for working time at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. So if extended working time is 60 minutes, I wonder what their regular working time is. At 77 degrees Fahrenheit, the surface should be tack-free in 4 to 6 hours and sandable after 8 to 10 hours if needed. That's awesome. Ready for full use after 5 to 7 days. If multiple layers are desired, wait 4 to 8 hours between coats. For outdoor uses, maker epoxy should be covered with a clear varnish or urethane that has high UV resistance. So I wonder what the UV is. Anyways, that's enough. It's enough literature. Okay, so I'm going to pour on a 15-inch cradle board. We're going to mix part B in first. So Susan, if you like the look of transparent, vibrant colors like alcohol inks, we have Color Obsession's tints, and other brands make transparent tints for resin as well. I prefer the Color Obsession ones. That are amazing. There are clear epoxy tints. My favorite is the Color Obsession ones, but by all means, use whichever ones. Try not to use ones that are water-based because resin doesn't like water-based things. But, yeah. You should be good with those.
What is that size of that lip piece?
24 by 36. You're going to have to come over here and adjust the color again because it's getting funky when you get a second. What about heat resistance? Crafting Nook, thank you for your comments on our other videos, by the way. I don't know. It doesn't say on this. I'm sure one of the mods may have a second to check out. Maybe it has on their website. Susan says, gosh, I don't even do resin, but I love watching because you two are so talented. Well, thank you, Susan. Yeah, color art's amazing. Okay, don't smell your resin. Please don't. Wear a respirator. I have a well-ventilated space. All the windows in my studio is 2,500 square feet. please don't smell your resin. I'm doing this for a test so that you guys can know. There is a slight smell to the part B. What am I doing? 15 inch? Well, let's do... Let's do 8 ounces so I can do a, I'll do a couple of other test pieces as well. I really like this wide, short mixing cup. That's awesome, Total Boat. Hi Tiffany, I am reviewing Total Boat's Maker Epoxy by Just Crow. It's crystal clear artist resin. The bottles come with an aluminum seal. I've seen some brands have issues with aluminum seals in the past and they prefer the plug seals for shipping. Maybe they have better seals than... There is like a liquid plastic smell to the part A. Okay. But it's not overwhelming at all. To me, it's not very like noxious, obnoxious. You know what I mean? Words are hard. It's not an abrasive smell. I'm gonna adjust this color because Jeff's editing another video.
Sorry.
You're okay. I just said I'm gonna do it because you're, huh?
Well, it looks like you might need to turn some light
Oh yeah, well that fixed all the colors so. You're free to move around the aircraft.
on.
Okay.
Oh, you just did one big.
Yeah, this one wasn't showing anything, so
Is Total Boat in here?
I don't know. Yeah, both parts are pretty thick, but honestly, they're not remarkably thicker than other brands. There's no death bubbles, so that's cool. Death bubbles is a term that I just came up with for just cause, where when you mix your resin vigorously and like these little tiny bubbles of resin come out that you probably shouldn't breathe, so I just call them death bubbles, even though you probably won't die from it. But that's what that is. Yellowing is my question of the review. So, hey Ocean, I won't really know how it stands up to yellowing without just using this and then setting it in the sun to just see, because Texas sun will yellow resin really fast. Essentially, all resin eventually will amber to some extent over time, but it's the amount of time between when you do the piece and when it starts to yellow or amber that really matters. Just don't set your resin in direct sunlight for all day, every day. Oh, thank you, Enchanting Elements, for saying that. Right, Clara, it's just a definition. Does it look a little amber? You know, it has a slight tinge to it, but it's not, like if it wasn't on a white label in real life, I maybe wouldn't have noticed. I think it's one of those comparison ones, and all resin kind of may get yellow when they're separate, but once you mix them together they should go clear. Sorry about that, the windows are open. UV protection exposed to UV rays should be coated with a varnish or polyurethane to prevent yellow. Checking and chalking. What is checking? So it doesn't give an answer to how UV resistant it is. That being said, because it is from a company that does marine epoxy, a lot of boats use epoxy for their like fiberglass application. They use resin, a form of resin. So I don't know, so I have to all I can do is assume that they have a fair amount of UV resistance. I know nowadays a lot of resins are going, like, they have a blue hue to them because of some chemical now that apparently is blue, but it's more UV resistant, so I don't know. I have a question about adhering two resin pieces together. Is UV resin the best for, or some sort of glue? This would be for a small sculpture. You could try UV resin, but essentially just what you need to make sure you do is sand your pieces that you're going to put together so that there's a tooth, because plastic doesn't like to stick to plastic, and that's essentially what a resin is. Just make sure that you scuff up both of your pieces that you're going to put together. The last piece that I stuck together to another resin piece, I used E6000. Never assume. That's fair. But that's all I can do at this point because I don't have an answer. And I'm not risking anything by making that assumption because I gave the caveat of I don't know. So, yeah. That's another good point. Clara said you have to make sure that you can get light in between the pieces if you're using UV resin, because it's the only way it cures is with a UV light or sunlight. Do not place items hotter than 110 degrees Fahrenheit on the cured surface or it will become distorted and discolor. Ma'am, thank you for that, and I assume that that comes from their website. Judy! It's true, it's e-science. I think I've mixed this for 3 to 5 minutes. Can I get a time check? Check tape, B. Check tape. I'm going to use one of their little cuppy things. I was just saying check tape. I'll check tape. Oh, these are measuring cups. I'm not going to use these for right now because they're just too cute. Is it? It could be. That is from the Total Boat website. Cool. I'll fix that. Hope that's better. You have a timer on? So it hasn't been? So this is relatively thick resin. Where are you? Are you here? It's not like cold syrup or cold honey, but it's like room temperature, those things. Okay, so I will test some of that, but I'm also gonna use my Standard Ocean Jam Bondi Blue. I'm gonna use my Standard Wave White for this type of wave, which is titanium from Just Resin. I mixed almost 7 minutes. Okay. Ugh. There's a fuzzy in here. So we're gonna do our Bondi. We're gonna do our white. It's too much for a white, but we'll fix it. I'm gonna do some. Y'all, this is definitely thicker. It flows slower. That makes sense. So I'm gonna leave some of this to the side. Hey, B. They're gonna hear that. Okay. All right. Is this a tab? No, it's something else. Okay. Stop yelling at us, vamp. Hi, Lisa from New South Wales. Okay. So we're gonna do. Look, it doesn't like spread out like it usually does in the resin. It just is sitting on top of it. So that's another indication of how much thicker the resin is. And it's holding on to the bubbles, so it makes sense that they're specifying not to mix too vigorously, as I did, because it's going to hold on to the bubbles. However, I'm about to hit it with a substantial amount of heat. Don't you just love that color? Oh, you can't see it in there. Bondi is my ultimate jam. Okay, so I'm gonna mix a couple drops from all of these to. Nope, it was almost bad. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if there was a safety seal, so whoops. So that's ocean blue. I'm gonna add a drop of regular blue, and they look almost exactly the same. The regular blue is just a pinch brighter. Not gonna focus. Whatever. And a couple drops of green to give it that oceany flavor. Now, dropping the green in, it's like bubbly looking. This is a review stream, so I'm very chatty right now about what I'm seeing. So if you're not one that likes the chatter, maybe just watch it on replay. Still not going to focus. It's like breaking apart, which looks fun in here, but I wonder what that actually means. I wonder what kind of pigment this is. These are super pigmented. I should not have added that much. Like, that is fairly opaque. I'm still gonna add a couple drops of green in there. Alright, Bondi is, it's amazing. This may cause allergic skin reaction, and it gives what's in there. And the rest of it's in German, so I unfortunately don't know how to read German. The colors, this color is by Mixall. It is a German company, apparently. Go ahead and get down. Get down. This is the art resin or maker epoxy. E-isms. I'm glad you like my nonsensicalness. I'm sure there's plenty of people that come in here and they're like, she's not speaking actual words, so we're out of here. Which is also fine. It's not gonna change who I am. Okay, so we're using titanium white from just resin. You can get both titanium white and the Bondi, and actually these cradle boards on my website, artistilldeath.com. Oh, the first one is Color Obsession. It's a tint that is on our website, artistilldeath.com. Or if you want to wait, you know, forever and pay import taxes and all that jazz, you can get it directly from Color Obsession. Or you can just get it from me. The choice is yours. So we spray painted the front of this black. This is what our cradle boards look like. They're super lightweight. They're 1/4 inch MDF with whatever the difference is between a 1/4, I guess 3/4. A 3/4 cradle to make it an inch cradle board. Love them. Okay. Why am I nervous? I shouldn't be nervous. Let's make some room. Okay. Oh, that's what I needed to do. B, can you grab me a wedding cake? Never mind. Never mind. Found it. Give up. Ugh. Sorry, y'all. I'm having to unplug and replug and move things. All right. I'm using a wedding cake attachment. You can also find that on our website, artistilldeath.com, to move my resin. The reason why I chose this application technique to try with this resin is because, go lay down, boo-boo. I can get pretty much every reaction from every resin without too many issues, except for this type of wave. So I figured since that's the most difficult thing for me to do with a resin, that I would try it and see. Because right now, the resin that works best for this application is just resin diamond coat. So I want to see if Total Boat can do it. I'm also going to do some coasters and some swipes and see how it works with the base tints and things like that. So let's get to it. I've had this 3.5 ounces sitting in this cup on the side, as you guys know, just to see. Cujo, go lay down. Just to see if it's going to get warm, and it hasn't yet. Will that attachment fit on any heat gun? So the attachment has these little notches, bends. Words are hard. It has these. So you can splay the connector end wider or make it smaller to fit, I guess, most heat guns. I don't know. But it fits all the ones that I've used without me having to like pry them open or close. All right. Wave. Let's do our shoreline, which we always do with every attempt to do this. Y'all know that STONECOAT is my jam, but we always like reviewing things for you guys because that's what we do. We do the test so you don't have to, right? Right. Okay. So this is laying fairly high in comparison. Not like high build high, which I have, by the way. I have 8 kits left of the high build on the website. Okay. Let's pour some of our dark color out. I don't want to use it all because I want to see what it does on its own. See how it's frothy on the top? That's usually an indication that it's getting warm, but in this case it's not warm. Just Resin's Diamond Coat will do this when it's starting to release bubbles, since it self-releases the air bubbles. So I wonder if this has some of that going on. I haven't tried it on a Wagner, but I would be surprised if it didn't work on a Wagner. Need just a little bit more Bondi. It's off gassing, that's awesome. That's the word. Words are, you know. I have difficulties with words. Have you guys tried any resin from Total Boat? What were your thoughts? By the way, Total Boat did reach out to us to review this. This is not a paid review. It's not a sponsored video. They just sent us some resin and asked if we would do a video on what we thought. And we let them know that we only do fair and unbiased and real-time reviews. And if we don't like it, we're going to tell everybody. So given that, they still sent me some resin to review, so it's a good sign. I should have done part of this white, I'm seeing, because you can't really see the color, but we'll do some white coasters in a minute. There isn't really that much of a smell. I think maybe, I can't remember which one of y'all said that you thought it had a smell. Was that the artist one or the one of the other kinds of resin that they have? Right. Michelle said she has 2 Wagner heat guns and the tip fits on both. So awesome. You haven't resin since your Christmas balls. It's time, Denise. Okay. So as per usual, we're going to add a thin layer, or not a thin layer, just a layer of white that's touching both the board and the clear. It is thick. It is. But that may result in some cool effects if it's like super thick resin. I'm assuming that since it is thicker, it should be able to tolerate the amount of heat I'm about to put on it. We're gonna find out together. So those surface bubbles popped really easily when I put this torch on it, which you guys can probably see. But you can tell that there's still some deep set bubbles, which is normal, especially given this is a thicker resin. All right. Mommy, 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 moment of truth. Wait. Good sign. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's kind of feathering right here. Which hopefully means it's going to give me some awesome cells. Okay. This is going to be the same process that I do with just resins diamond coat, and see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll regroup and do a different style. Y'all, it's a good sign. B, will you come touch this color a little bit? It looks kind of dead. A little drab, if you will. I did forget the coasters for the overflow. Look at me pouring like it's my first time.
Oh, look at that. What's working time on this?
Well, it says it's an extended working time of an hour. So I don't know what like their regular working time is, if the extended one is only an hour. But it's super thick resin. I can see why they say that if you're doing like a wood, like a piece on wood, and you want to do a skim coat, that this would be a good resin to use because it's so much thicker. But see how dead the color looks? I didn't really lose much, probably because it's a thicker resin. That could be a snowy night in the woods. It does look like a snowy night in the woods, doesn't it? This is definitely a better look than when I did like the Mastercast review. It didn't do well. This does better waves than my beloved STONECOAT. But yeah, I'm pleasantly, I'm happy with how this one went, except for this weird straight part of a wave I've got going on right here. Not a fan of what I did with this wave shape. It's very basic. Isn't me you're searching for? I wasn't happy with my wave shape that I did. So I'm fixing it.
You just keep adding to it.
I know, but it's fine. So, B, will you take this to the dust-free zone? Look, those look good, y'all. The cells look good.
When we did our dust-free zone,
We did redo the DFZ. Is this as good as Diamond Coat by Just Resin? I know more about the Diamond Coat than the Total Boat, but in terms of this, I can't say anything bad about how it reacted to the amount of heat. I mean, it didn't. That's not a lot of loss right there. We'll see how it sets up, and we'll do a true color video tomorrow for that. Ugh, that is not a round. That is a mouse pad.
open this or you open this?
we can open it wherever.
Very well packed. Whoa.
Right. Bye, Carol. Just gonna spray through this real quick. So we can check out those colors. And so we can see how it does with a base tint. It's not warm yet. It's a good sign. So for our base tint or cell activator, as the kids that do acrylics like to say, I'm using Color Passion's Black Passion. Any Color Passion paste will act as a cell activator or a base tint so that you can get really large, awesome cells. Hey Sean, we'll do a true color video. Post it in ATD's Poor People because the camera didn't want to focus. This is thicker by a lot, actually. Now I said in the top of the video that it wasn't that different. It is. I have not done a Naked Fusion review yet. Emma, that's a great idea. I will, maybe I'll do a geode tomorrow. All right. We got some clear. We're gonna grease the pan with. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit warm. I don't know how long I've been using it. So I wonder, anybody know what Total Boat's regular resin working time is? Like their just standard first gen stuff. The heat resistant is just over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or else it'll warp and discolor your resin. That camera is super hot. But I'm not sure about the UV. It says to just not keep it in sunlight, direct sunlight. So I don't know. I'll have to ask them to find out. I'll get you a direct for sure answer. There is slight smell. It's not the worst smelling resin. It's not noxious or obnoxious. Words. I'm happy with it so far, for sure. Why is thicker resin better? Renee, It's not always better. There are some instances where you want a thinner resin, like if you were doing casting or just wanted to coat something. Thicker's not always better. But if you're doing a geode, if you're doing maybe a tumbler, if you're doing waves, you would want a thicker resin for a myriad of reasons. If you're doing a geode, you don't want your lines to move unless you make them move, so a thicker is better. If you're doing a tumbler, you like thicker resin because it's less likely to give you dimples as it's spinning. And then for the ocean piece I just did, I don't know if it's because it's thicker, maybe, probably, but I don't know. I think that because it's thicker, it was able to withstand the amount of heat that I just put on it without making my waves look just cloudy and hazy and completely melting the design I was doing. Is there any resin that I wouldn't recommend using? Was that the question, Tiffany? So this is their blue that I mixed. It's the ocean, the blue, and then the green. Well, it's not theirs, it's Mixall's. So I want to see what it does over another paste, the white for example, and I want to see what it does over the black, which is a base tint. I don't have any swiping paper on me, so I'm going to use this. Let's put just a little bit of heat on it to pop some bubbles and make it more easily movable. All right, let's see. So with the thicker resin, you need to move even slower than you would normally go. So that it doesn't skip over your design. Apparently, Mixall is transparent. You saw how much pigment I put into the cup, and it still didn't cover the black like the white did. It's just kind of there. So let's do this. Wait, okay. Let's try it over a white and then also over the black. See what it does. It doesn't sell over the base tint. The reason why this is selling is because it's just on the white that's on the black. If it was gonna sell, it would have really done so right here, like the white did. So now I'm wondering if it's actually a base tint of some sort. Now I'm gonna try putting the white over the blue and see if I can get these big cells. I'm not going to pick up any of the black. No. So it's just a tint, essentially, which is fine. Still does fun things. It's a good color. That's for the tint. Now, I'm predicting that because this resin is thicker, these cells are going to hold on really well, because it's when you have thinner resin or you get your resin too hot that your cells tend to dissipate. Their tabletop working time is 20 minutes. Oh, so 60 minutes is quite extended then. Cool, 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 tight, tight, tight. I'm gonna mix up a little bit more white. Do you need to put resin on anything? Because I have some left, and the cure time is like super fast. You have no coasters need a clear coat? Huh?
The ones behind you. These small ones here. Oh, look at that blue.
Okay.
Is that how much do you? Oh, just that.
I have that and then this. It's enough for at least one, and I don't want to waste it. So let me see what it does over a coaster. You can just set it on this. It's starting to give a little bit of a smell, probably because it's starting to heat up a little bit. But it's nothing like, let's say, a quick coat. That stuff will clear a room. I'm at 42 minutes. Okay. It's not getting really hot yet. It's not smoking or anything. So I think we got a little bit of time. Even if it's just a second or so. There is a lot of police activity, sirens happening outside. Alright, I'm going to finish that in a minute. I'm at 42 minutes. Okay. Yes, Vamp is amazing. So on the description on the back of the box, it also, or on the back of the jugs, it also mentioned that sorry, lost my. Jeff said he's starting to be able to smell it, and he's 10 feet from me, and he can smell it. Would you say it's obnoxious, or
Nah.
it's just that you can smell it? Vamp's amazing. Hi, Michelle. Oh yeah, what I was saying. On the back of the bottle, it said that you can also add pigments after you add your resin. Like, it said you can artistically add pigments after you have it on your substrate. I'm pretty sure. Can't remember exactly how that was worded, but to that effect. And I wonder, that's pretty. So generally speaking, if you take a paste and you try to, or even a tint, and you try to just add it to like the top of, y'all just hear me out on this, okay? You try to add it to the top of a piece, chances are it's not even gonna cure fully. The paint isn't, because it needs the, I had a wrap. the pigment needs whatever binder is in like resin. It needs like the hardener, I guess, to cure. Maybe not the hardener. Something. It needs something that's in resin to cure. So I'm gonna test that on this piece, like just putting a couple of dashes of just the mix-all and see if it sets or if it just never dries like other pigments when you just put it on top of resin. I'm just gonna tilt it around and see what we can create. Maybe nothing, maybe something awesome. Renee, I thought you'd been doing resin longer than that. Thank you, Trisha. Not sure where I was going with this, but doesn't look horrible. Just gonna pick up some of this blue. Break up some of those stagnant bits. What do you think about them, Denise? So it definitely works with the base tints. Digging it. I'm gonna check on these periodically and see if the cure time is accurate and let you guys know about that. Okay. I guess I have enough resin to do one more of Jeff's coasters. It's not hot yet. I'm at 48 minutes, and it's not really, I mean, it's warmer than room temperature, but it's not what I would consider like, oh, it's getting hot already. It's not where it's at right now, so that's cool. Really appreciate all you guys that have been with us forever. Really appreciate all the new subscribers. Share us with the people that you like, or share us with the people that you don't like. Share us with all the people. It's the only way we can grow is with y'all's help, right? Right. Alrighty. So for the resin to be as thick as it was, see some of this glitter's coming up. Did you use that old spray adhesive? Hello?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. I didn't know what you were saying. You were talking to me.
Some of this glitter's coming up. Did you use that old spray adhesive?
Oh, yeah. But they're going to be covered, so.
So I have to say, for as thick as this resin is, it really stretches a long way, which is awesome. A lot of times when you have a thicker resin, it's hard to say. Because it's thicker, the bottle's like fuller, but it doesn't get you that far. It just, for example, that high build, I didn't, I got to use that whole like jar on that one piece. It's a thick resin. So I kind of figured when I made 8 ounces that it would do the round that I started with, and then maybe a coaster or give up. Not much more than that, but it did. It very pleasantly surprised with how far just this 8 ounces got. But I need just like a hair more for this so it doesn't have any low spots. I'm literally scraping the bottom of the barrel. Okay. Sweet. Something to watch out for with thicker resins. You think things are sticky with regular resin. Things are extra sticky with thicker resins. Cool. Let me take these to the dust-free zone and we will do final thoughts and wrap up.
Hey, 340.
Right then. Mix all awesome. I thought you would be more opaque, but pleasantly surprised about that. All the pro tip kept you coming back. Our pro tips? Thank you kindly if that's what we're saying. No. No. Alright, you guys. We're gonna post a true color video so you can see like high def of what that piece looks like. I'm pretty excited about how this resin worked out. Cujo! That's enough, boo-boo. Go lay down. If you guys don't know, I have a little palm that has a heart condition. He is 13, and he also knows that when he coughs, I drop everything to tend to him. So he uses it enough. He uses it to get attention a lot of times. I know this because if you were coughing and I was like, that's enough of that, could you stop coughing? Probably not. He can, because he's a faker. I'll show you. Why, I don't know. Sorry about that. So, what I was saying was, is he's a smart little boy. He's not coughing now, because he's a little faker. Anyways. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, final thoughts. I am down with this Maker Epoxy from Total Boat. I wish it had, I mean, ideally it would have zero smell and the UV and heat resistance would be better, but all of those things jump the price of resin as well, so I don't know what the price point is for this, but that's, I know two of the things that make STONECOAT pretty pricey is the amount of UV resistance and heat resistance that's in their epoxy. So, I like it. I can't give a full what I think about it till I see how that resin sets up because of the amount of heat I put on it. So once we find out in a few hours, actually, because how bananas is the fact that it'll set up that fast. If you guys weren't here, surface should be tack free in 4 to 6 hours, sandable after 8 to 10 hours, full cure 5 to 7 days. For something that has an hour working time, that's bananas. Super pumped about that. Very happy. I will tell you as soon as I check it what's up, but tentatively I have to give it 10 bananas if I'm being honest. Yeah. 10 bananas. It has a great consistency. It's not a horrible smell. If you're wearing a respirator like you should, you probably won't even be able to smell it at all. It doesn't have death bubbles. It took to all the kind of pigments that I typically use in my daily artwork. I'm going to try it with a, okay. I'm going to try it doing a geode which I think will also work awesome. Tomorrow will be the alcohol link class. If you haven't gotten your kits and you have alcohol links at home, join us. It's free. Just tune in at a regular time, 6 p.m. and join in. Play with us. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. No? So yeah, B, do you have any thoughts?
Thank you. I mean, the only thing I did notice just a slight smell, but it wasn't like anything, you know, like I didn't feel nauseous or nothing. I mean, it didn't stink.
Cool. The pigments from YALL, can't say anything bad. I did think that they were going to be opaque. They're not. They're just very pigmented. So they're a lot like the Alumilite dyes, if you've ever tried those. But they have a lot more fun colors than Alumilite's pretty limited in the color range. I know, I can't believe it's going to be 25th already as well. And Newfoundland would be awesome. Also, they do shit, so watch it. So yeah, special thanks to Total Boat for sending us this amazing promo kit, I guess, to review. We still have a few more products out of that we want to check out for you guys. Can't do it tomorrow because tomorrow is the class, but probably by this weekend we'll do that. We also have some resin from the Hippie Crafter. See, it's the blue epoxy is going to be all the rage. Everyone's going to have it. Just heads up, that's going to be a thing. So I have to review this from the Hippie Crafter. I also have this and this. Or should I use this tonight? Oh well. And this and this. I have these 4 things to review. I got these druzy centers from Petra that I'm going to review for you guys. I got all these new pigments from STONECOAT that I need to review. I got this box from Dianca Pores. Dianca. Words are hard, but she says, thank you so much for reviewing my art supplies. 5 years ago, I first discovered resin art and was mesmerized. Stayed up until 6 a.m. is admiring his art, blah, 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 blah. I'll read all this to you guys later, but she sent me some things to review, and then Molly's, it's Artistry, right? Yeah, Molly's Artistry sent me stands to review. I have so many things to show you guys. So many amazing things coming up. You don't even know. If you need a hand, feel free to send them my way. So a lot of times after I review something, for example, every one of these colors from STONECOAT, I don't have time in the day to review every one of the colors. So the ones I don't review, the ones I don't open, I will put in the mystery boxes. So anyways, we have a lot of stuff to show you guys. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Color Obsession just sent me 10 new colors to review for you guys. And I got a kit from Res that I have to show you guys too. We're gonna be busy bees. Anyways. Life. Oh, I know. I'm so excited about all of these. You guys have no idea. Enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for Total Boats. Awesome case of goodies you've sent us. We will be reviewing the other parts of that in the coming days, as well as all of these other things. So we have a lot to show you guys. Because you know, we do the test, etc. I can't say the whole thing because that's my guy, my fiance. How amazing. So yeah. You guys are amazing. Thank you for watching. Please share the video. Give us your thumbs. Be awesome. Be kind to one another. You never know what someone's going through.
Yeah, and always remember, like tonight, we do the tests.
So you don't have to!
Sorry.
You like that one?
It's alright.
Okay.
I reckon.
I'll keep working on it. Anyways, thanks you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
I said bye.
I know, Moose. Just hold on. No. Are we gonna go outside? Do you want to go outside? You do? You do? Okay.